Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Welcome to English grammar lesson. Now, are you still studying? Are you still listening? Yeah, I think you are. So guys, are you still confused about the ing verb in English? You probably listen some tenses about the gerund, past participle, and present continuous. But what, when, and how to use it? Let us show you a complete explanation about them. I hope you guys enjoy it. Check it out. Did you know that there are at least 3 different ways to use the ing form of verbs in English? Yeah, you did. First, as a gerund, second, as a participle, and the last, as a present continuous.
Alright everyone, the first material that we're gonna discuss is verb ing as a gerund. So what is a gerund? Is it a food, toys, or something? And how do we recognize a gerund? So don't go anywhere and let's check this out. Okay, basically, we use gerund in every daily conversation in English. Gerund is a term of verb turning into noun by adding ing. And how to recognize a gerund? Well, sometimes it can be confusing because gerund looks like the continuous form of verb. But it's not. Gerund is always a noun. To recognize gerund, we must pay attention to how it is used in a sentence. And just like noun, gerunds can be used in many different situations. They can be used as the subject of the sentence, the object of the sentence. They can be used after prepositions, and sometimes gerund can be used after another verb. Let's break them down together. Number 1. Gerund as a subject. You can use a verb as the subject of a sentence whenever you want to use it. For example, reading is one of my favorite activities to do in my free time. Using sunscreen in outdoor situation is good to protect your skin from UV light radiation. Number 2. As objects. There are some common verbs that use gerund as their object in a sentence, such as love, prefer, like, enjoy, dislike, and hate. All of these verbs can be followed by a gerund. For instance, I prefer riding bike than walking to school. I love listening pop music, but my friend said rock music is better. Kate never gave reading enough of a chance. Number 3. As objects of prepositions. When you see a verb after a preposition, it's always a gerund. For example, she walked past the door without saying anything. We talk about going to Canada for our vacation. Since completing her master's degree, her opportunities are endless. Number 4. Go plus gerunds. When you see a verb after a word go, it's always a gerund and it becomes a noun. For example, go bowling, go fishing, go skating, go camping, go shopping, go running, go swimming, go jogging, and go hiking. Number 5. Use with fixed expression. Some common fixed expression in English such as can't help, can't stand, and to be verb. I can't help falling in love with you. I cannot stand talking with people who have bad humor sense. It's not worth spending so much money for bad quality product. And the last one is gerund commonly used after some certain verbs. Some verbs that use gerund as their noun in a sentence such as enjoy, appreciate, mind, finish, stop, quit, avoid, postpone, delay, keep or keep on, consider, discuss, mention, and suggest. For example, when Mrs. Lydia entered the classroom, we suddenly stopped talking. I finally completed writing my term paper. They discussed opening with a new business. I will consider going with you.
Do you know that some verbs can be followed by either an infinitive or a gerund? That's a bit tricky anyway, but don't worry. I'll explain it to you all. So the first one is verb plus infinitive or a gerund with a little or no difference in meaning. It works with some of the following list of verbs: begin, start, continue, like, love, prefer, hate, can't stand, and can't bear. So for example, it began to rain. It began raining. Those two sentences have the same meaning though, so it is okay to use either infinitive or gerund. The next two sentences have a little different in meaning. The first sentence, Jane loves to play tennis. And the second, Jane loves playing tennis. Those two sentences have a little different meaning. What is that? You must be curious, right? So the two infinitive gives more emphasis to the result of the action or event. It also used to express habits or preferences. So in the first sentence, that is, Jane loves to play tennis, it can be told that tennis is a habit or preference for Jane. Now take a look to the ing form. The ing form normally emphasizes the action or experience. In that sentence, Jane is enjoying the experience of playing tennis, so it is said that Jane loves playing tennis. It's actually simple, isn't it? Try to listen to the example again and feel the difference. And here we go to the trickiest part, but it actually is simple too. Don't worry, you just need to keep listening and try to understand it slowly. Some of the following verbs such as remember, forget, regret, and try might have a different in meaning when they followed by infinitive or gerund. So we start from the verb remember or forget. Remember or forget plus to infinitive means remember or forget to perform responsibility, duty, or task. For example, Judy always remember to lock the door. To lock the door in here implies Judy's duty or responsibility of doing that. On the other hand, Remember or forget plus verb ing means remember or forget something that happened in the past. For example, Judy remembered locking the door. From this sentence, you can tell that Judy remembered the action of locking the door. She can imagine that she has locked the door and she makes sure that she really did it. Alright guys, I know it's a bit tricky, but just listen carefully and you'll understand it. The next, the verb regret. Regret to or regret plus to infinitive means regret to say, to tell someone, to inform someone of some bad news. For example, Sandy regrets to tell Nina that she failed the test. It's quite clear, isn't it? Now, compare with the usage of regret plus verb ing. It means regret something that happened in the past. John regrets lending Sarah some money. She never paid him back. So, John regrets doing that for Sarah. He won't lend his money anymore to Sarah. On to the last one is the verb try. If it followed by infinitive plus do, it means to make an effort. For example, Andrew is trying to learn English. So basically, Andrew makes an effort to learn English. The other one is the verb try followed by verb ing. It means doing experiment with a new or different approach to see if it works. For example, Justin tried opening the window. Then he tried turning on the fan. In this case, Justin is doing experiment with two different stuff. First is the window and then the fan, to see if it works to make the room a bit cooler. See guys, it's not that complicated though. Try to listen carefully, take some notes if you need it, and I'm sure you'll get it right away. Alright everyone, you have just listened to the explanation and some example, and now you need to practice so that this learning activity could be a lot more fun. Here are 6 number of sentences you can use to check your understanding. Are you ready? Okay, let's start. Number 1. Would you mind blah 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 the door, please? Thanks. Think of the answer to fill that blank. Number 2. He told a really fun jokes. We couldn't stop blah blah blah. Now think about the answer. Number 3. The police officer told him to stop, but the thief kept blah blah blah. Number 4. I remember blah 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 with dolls when I was a child. Now we go to number 5. I thanked my friend for blah 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 me some money. Alright, last but not least, now we go to number 6. Fred is always complaining about blah 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 a headache. So I hope you already finished answering this question. So your answer for number 1 should be opening or closing. Number 2 should be laughing. Number 3 should be running. Number 4 is playing. Number 5 is landing. And the answer for number 6 is having.
Okay, we continue to the next lesson. Is verb in as a participle? What is participle? Participle is a derivative form of a verb which will be used as an adjective, noun, or a compound verb form. Participle also an adjustment of the form of the verb which is intended to express a particular purpose. Example: I see her walking to the school this morning. Her house is on walking distance from school. The noun is walk. Types of participle. Present participle, progressive tense. The example: Silva is writing a letter. Silva was writing a letter. Silva has been writing a letter since early this morning. Present participle used on them. The example: reading a book is good. Daniel likes reading a book. He avoided talking to a stranger on the way home. Present participle adjective. The example: the show is who answered tiny. Look at the sleeping rabbit. It's so cute. Present participle privileged. The relative action pronoun. The example: the woman running fast is beautiful. The boy staring at me is my brother. Okay, next, present participle. The example: studying every day. He got the best ranking in class. Having studied every day, he came to the exam confidently. Buying the item right now, I will give you a discount.
Types of participle. Past participle, perfect tense. For the example, number 1, he has forgotten about me. 2, I have bought a new apartment. Past participle passive voice. For the example, this castle built many centuries ago. 2, this house was cleaned by Rani yesterday. Past participle passive causative. For the example, he had his home painted last month. 2, he had fixed his car yesterday. Past participle adjective. For the example, this crooked tower is called Tower of Pisa. 2, look at my burnt hair. Past participle replace relative passive pronoun. For the example, the house cleaned yesterday is Donnie's. The car wrecked by Lime is her car. Past participle cause and effect. For the example, 1, surrounded by tall building, my apartment is lacking sunlight. 2, located on the mountain, this village have cool climate. Okay, now let's practice. For the question number 1, as a verb tense. The journey was blank blank blank, 12 hours by bus. We can choose the answer A, exhausted, B, exhausting, C, exhausting, D were exhausting. For the question number 2, as a adjective, look at the blank 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 boy. He looks gorgeous. We can choose the answer A. Reading, B. Read, C. To read, D. Was reading.
Verb ing as present continuous. What is present continuous? The present continuous is used when something that's happening right now. For example, I am teaching English and you are studying English. When we should, present continuous is used 1. When something happen now. 2. Longer action in progress. 3. Action in the near future. And particular time use now, right now, at the moment, today, this week or month or year. Use when something that's happening right now. For example, 1. He's watching a movie. 2. Tim is playing a computer game. 3. The machine is making a noise. 4. Tom and Ben are speaking English. Used to describe a longer action in progress. For example, 1. I'm reading an interesting book these days. 2. You are studying to become an English teacher. 3. Stephen is preparing to the IELTS exam. And 4. John and Junie are working at a company.
Hello guys, this is Nurul speaking. Next, we have the present continuous is also used to talk about near future plan. For example, we have she is meeting some friends tonight. Tonight, it's time that is going to happen in the near future. You will notice that we have the subject she, so the be verb should be is and add ing for the verb. Next, we are going on vacation in July. Again, we find another near future plan with the subject we and be verb are. Next, David is learning to drive tomorrow. Tomorrow is the near future. David is a he, so we use is. Vicky and I are teaching English next week. If we think about the subject, Vicky and I, which is we, so we use be verb are by putting all together. Next, let's take a look at negative form of present continuous tense. Here are some examples that we can see. 2 of them are longer action in progress and another 2 are near future plans. I'm not feeling well. You will notice that the not goes between the be verb and ing verb. Jack is not doing his homework. You are not seeing him tonight. Here we have the construction you and are becoming your. We are not running tomorrow morning. Here we have are to get matched with the word we. Don't forget add not to make it negative form. The next present continuous we have question form. Let's take a look at some examples. Is she waiting for you? Are you coming to class? Is he preparing to study in London? Are they going out tonight? So, these are started with the be verb and followed by subject and ing verb. So you can answer this question, yes, he is, or no, he isn't. So guys, this were about the present continuous explaining. Now, it's your turn to answer the question to make you understand more. Let's do practice. Thalia, blah blah blah, in bed at the moment. She isn't feeling well. 1 minute to think about the answer. Tick tock, 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 tick tock. Yeah, you are right. The answer is B. Is laying. Thalia is laying in bed at the moment. She isn't feeling well. We need the be verb is and the ing verb lay, laying. Now, it's your turn to keep going up. The second question. I'm afraid I blah 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 on your seat. I'm sorry about that. The answer is... So guys, these were the video presented by us. Thanks everyone who has listened and paid attention to us. Don't forget to practice, and do more practicing. Don't forget to give your thumb and subscribe us. Also, turn the notification on so you can find it out early. Thanks a lot and see you in the next video. Bye!